Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we have mono black. Yes, it's mono black. That will be a little bit crazy. We will have some slivers even, but don't tell anyone. But Sloth, why do you have so many colors in your mono black deck? Well, I will tell you later. Do we already want to do something against this? I think the answer, well, man, I really want the tome. But I think we need to keep the life total high, because you know, if they open with a 1-drop, they will follow with a 2-drop, they will follow with a 3-drop, and man, if that's not the highest tier magic, I don't know what is. So I guess we cannot tap for the rest of the game, right? This is an interesting one, because once we play Hedron, actually the tome can be free later. Okay, please go away, thanks. That's better. This is how I like my Nova Hellkite, you know, in the graveyard. Oh boy, we need to do stuff here. By the way, if we play Ugin later, we could take 3 mana and go for the tome immediately. Or we can just go with the tome right now and try to find a land. I mean, you can see that we are doing some stuff. Let's see how the number goes down. If you tap against the sleek shot, you know that you deserve to at least lose the game instantly. So let's see. Yep. Number. Face. That's everything. Oh, and I tap for a single turn on empty board and I'm down to 11 already. So, yep. Mono red as always. Very, very fun. So we can take this and get Ugin, which honestly is probably what we have to do. We might lose Ugin, but I think it's still worth it. We take the card, we know what's on top, we go to the main phase, and man, Slickshot scales better. So we need to kill one of those, but what will it be? What will it be? I really want to keep Ugin alive. And this deals more damage and can draw cards, which is really good for them. I think we need to get rid of the challenger. Even if they kill Ugin, that also means that they waste all the damage for a planeswalker. Oh, oh, we will start the day with just destroying one of the highest ranked mono red. Absolutely love it, absolutely love it. They have a huge turn ahead of them. And by the way, guys, I really want to say huge thank you for all the comments. Like, it's been a blast reading through everything you guys are thinking. And you can suggest, like, what type of decks you love to see on the channel. I'm trying to go a little bit less meta, because we've all seen those decks. And trying to go into some, you know, more interesting archetypes. And this type of mono black is something I literally played before starting the channel many years ago. This was the type of deck I personally played for a very long time. And as you can see, man, look how much Ugin does in this type of game. And we could play it because of the archive. We could draw a land thanks to the tome, like we knew that this will be the play. And look, suddenly from 11 and, you know, nothing against 2 red creatures, suddenly, just like this, we are at 14. And this is okay. Is it good enough? We just play Ugin, draw. You know what? I'll take it. In case they draw, like, they have a creature and they draw another. But for now, of course, we go for everyone's favorite, except mono reds, and they explode. Well, not so mighty anymore. We have a lot of Colorless cards. We are against our friend Shiba. That is crafty. Let's go, Reef. Let's go. We need to draw a lot of cards. First, the most important part. What is the matchup? Do we go for the value or we try to go for survival? Let's go Verge. Show them how Grixis we are with our mono black Colorless control. This deck is so all over the place, but I'll tell you guys, I adjusted every single card. Like, nothing in this whole deck is random. It went through like 4 different versions. I even tried to go for Dimir for a moment, but I just felt that it's, you know, it's about mono black, you know? And as we can see, it's synthesizer deck. Yay, that's That's something we've never seen before. So let's go for the top land, draw a card. We could try to draw something, but I don't think it matters. I think we just prefer an extra card. If we can stab something in the back, then we will make the Hymn of the Faller. That's the strategy. Alright, jokes aside, this will be a pickle. We need to kill every single creature. We didn't hit Duress, we didn't hit the Heist, which means that they might get the Synthesizer. Fortunately, at least they are going for the card advantage, so maybe we can draw something and start from there. We probably want to go for the Hedron, because that skyrockets us for the next turns. We don't have a land, but we have options. But I really think we need to go into Ugin. Don't forget, the wording on this one is leaves the battlefield, just to make sure whatever you do, they get the value. And they are looking for the Synthesizer and Repurposing Bay. Potentially Battlefront. Those are the 3 cards they really want. Or they have it in the hand. Well, that makes it easier, doesn't it? So one top, this is very important. You want to know if they kept on top. So what can we do on this turn? We got a tap land, really painful turn to get it. We could attack and start, some shenanigans, but honestly I think we just go for the Hymn here. I think we go like this. I cannot kill anything, so I will just try to get something better than what we have. If I hit this, I would be playing Ugin already, and I got... What is this? I don't even know what to say about this one. But we are having triple black for the charm, so if they make a construct, we're gonna at least kill one of them, then play Ugin, and start from there. What is the wording on this one? Exile up to 1 target permanent, which is 1 or more colors. Usually you see this type of stuff with like artifact clause. Well, Synthesizer is an artifact, but it's still blue. Can you please chill? I can remove 1 of them. Oh, this is exactly not what I wanted to see. We kill this, because this will threaten our cool Ugin. This is a huge problem actually for us. Because the whole point of this turn was to answer the big threat, and now they have 2. They didn't even tutor for them, it's just, from the top. So really rough for us. We can go for Repurposing Bay and force them to make the constructs, kill the constructs and go from there. I think Bay is actually better. Very painful turn, as you can see. And I think we need to keep drawing cards, also getting some loyalty. They can go for the Crystal. Thank you, Ugin, for your voice in this discussion. They can go for the Fire Crystal if they have another Repurposing Bay, but then they don't make as much. Alright, roll the dice, let the chance decide. Well, this is the type of hit I got way more than you think when I play this deck. And I'm happy that our opponent finally fully whiffed. We kinda needed this. Alright, this is actually huge. So we could go for Ugin into Ugin. We get rid of what? And can I get something really cool here? Let's try to draw a card and see what we get. A land. Okay. Okay. So I can play Ugin and get rid of this and potentially something else. Or we can just get cards and try to get something Colorless. I think we can play like this. We have tons of lands, we are getting a little bit flooded. And now with Hedron, see, this is better. Now we can play this is Colorless. And we can start exiling stuff. Oh right, this one is white. Did I misplay? Is it whenever you cast? Alright, so if we got the tome, it wouldn't work. That's something. I really hope they stop having those synthesizers every second turn. So the only whiff they had this game is Battlefront so far. Other than this, they played triple like synthesizer and base, which is really rough. Fortunately, and by the way, if you think that Ugin was here from the start, no, Ugin was added because I couldn't handle artifacts when I was testing the deck. So this was literally why Ugin is in the deck. Well guys, we are already on the receiving end of a 1-drop into 2-drop into more creatures every turn. So we are starting strong for this game. I think we have to shoot the Sheriff. They will play the bat, they will steal something, and we need to deal with it. Scary, scary stuff. I've noticed that there's more aggro for me lately, at least that's the feeling. Like there are some artifact decks and basically aggro. But you know, we need to kill the thing. Let's kill the thing. You always kill the one that has some kind of scaling from the live game. Because other than this, they just live game. So probably Strategic Betrayal, because then, you know, they can prevent at least one of those creatures dying. We probably have to go into Deadly Cover-Up. So this will be a little bit of a rough game, but let's see what we get. Maybe we can get them to a situation when they have no creatures like this. And maybe they have, then we have more time. Don't play anything, please just attack, swing, and the turn. They have the cat? No. Oh, and they will draw a card for free. Oh, painful. Not gonna lie, painful. But we need to get through it somehow, you know? But Sloth, why do you have 4 colors already in your mono black deck? Maybe. You will know after this video. I will tell you in a moment, but first I need to plan this turn, you know? Oh boy, we can live gain a little bit, but it has to be the Tome. Tome is better because it will live gain before we are dead, and that sounds like a great idea. So why the Verge? Well, Verge is very interesting. As a card, it's literally like a swamp, but better. It has just extra color. So if you have the Verge that on this first mode gives the same mana as you need, it actually is a better swamp. It has some, you know, it has some shenanigans, basically. So, for example, red decks have this links that hits you for as many non-basics you have. They can hit it with Demolition Field, stuff like this. But other than this, it's just a better swamp. And it gives your opponent information that, for example, you are a Grixis deck, and they have no idea what they are playing against at this point. And you can just play this. And by the way, we can cast Seize and Desist because we have 4 Verges that provide white mana. So this actually makes a big difference. And there's no like downside really. So I think we go for another Tome. And that was a lot to talk about the land, but you know I'm excited for lands, for playing a land and countering a spell, stuff like this. Honestly, it's a really interesting part of Magic because in probably most of the decks that you see, you should probably switch all the lands into Verges. Of course, it costs you wild cards, but if you have those lands and, you know, usually you actually have to craft lands first, and I remember when I crafted like my first, you know, double and 3-colored lands, it was like such a pain. It was long before I started the channel. It was like, man, I have like 15 wild cards that I have to use, and I will have 0 cool cards. It will just be lands. And I remember I played with basic lands, trying to emulate like 2 and 3 colored decks from like YouTube channels, and I was like, do those decks even work? Like, I have basics, alright, it's a little bit worse, but are they so inconsistent? And I was seriously like considering, are 3-color decks like consistent, or am I just having a bad draw or something? And yeah, then I crafted the lands and suddenly it felt better, easier. So usually you should probably craft the lands first, you know? It's a pain, and try to, you know, craft the ones that are fresh, like the shock lands, stuff like this. But if you play those colors, like in the future, you will always be happy with, you know, with the craft. Our opponent forgot they are playing Magic. Attack at some point. Lunar Convocation. Great. Amazing. I'm proud. Swing. Swing and the turn, thank you. Okay, so we need to make the plays. You know what? Here it actually is better to scry. I don't think we'll be using this. Absolutely not. I will make an upkeep stop. And I think we go like this. We have tons of... This is exactly the card I'm waiting for. That's why we played like this. So we take the hit. We enjoy being hit in the face. Always fun. Absolutely. And now we can go for Seize and Desist. This Graveyard. This player. Alright, we need to do a lot, but this is a good start. And thanks to Seize and Desist, you also have a great Deadly Cover-Up evidence. So we can get rid of some annoying cards. Let's draw. I don't think we need to scry super hard here. Another land. Great, I needed few of those. By the way, our opal fix were like 4 colored by now. Or 3 colored, whatever. Let's go for this. We definitely will evidence, and I'm not sure how exactly we'll play, but so far, I mean, kinda so good. This is a huge choice. Is it a bot? We get Strategic Betrayal, which is a really nice card, if they don't steal it. We can probably top deck something. This is not amazing. I think it might be Channeler. I will go for the Channeler, guys. I think this might be the right choice. Maybe. Stop with Rise Step. Oh boy, this would hurt. At least they have no targets for Get Lost for now. And don't forget, we can get 8 life gain from those tomes. This is pretty decent card advantage for Mono Black. And I really want to win this, but I'm not sure if I can win this. Because right now they can draw infinite cards with this. And by infinite, I mean, you know, they pay 2 mana for it, but they can do it basically until end of the game. Here's the Pridemate. Not bad, honestly. Not bad. And we have the Reef, because we can use 1 Reef to activate the... Oh, is that the play? But we can die if we play this. Okay, guys, this is a huge decision. We can draw 2 cards and go Betrayal, which is kinda perfect for this turn, or go for the Hivepool. The tokens will be tapped. Oh man, this might be... I think we go for this. This is so good right now. I think this is better. I think this is better. Alright, and we'll try to prepare for the Hivepool on the next turn. And yes, we have this as the win con because it's an artifact, so a ton of decks, like for example this one, cannot answer it. They can attack with Sanctuary, which is okay, but it means I think they cannot go for the Convocation. And that also means we can spend all the mana to draw cards, everyone's favorite, at least mine. I like drawing cards. But you know it, you know it. Oh, it's only 1. I thought it's Ores of Mana. Painful. Unfortunately painful. So let's draw cards. That's the last play our opponent make. Oh, I needed more lands, thank you. Can I draw another? Yes, thank you. Don't ask me how I knew. It's just... it's name of the game at this point. I really didn't want to draw so many lands, man. Alright. Let's go to main phase. I will go for, let's say, this one. We could go for the Hivepool and we might not be dead. That's a start, isn't it? We can also draw cards and try to react already. They can activate this. This will be what? 3 damage, 6 exactly, so we will have to burn the tome. Scary stuff. If we play this at the beginning of our upkeep, so next turn we also don't get Slivers. Very rough, man, but I think we have to. I think we have to. Like, the draws are not amazing. We do basically land so far. So we cannot have any other place that would remove this and give us a bit of a lenience. And if they want to go for the Fortress, they need to go a little bit hard. Because it costs 4 mana. But enjoy, my friend. Enjoy this great hand. I actually do not care at all about it. 2 life gain is nice, but you know, it's not exactly the main play. Alright, so we take 3 damage at least, but that means we can maybe draw cards with the tome. I'm honestly pretty happy with it, and now we'll probably try to hit a sweeper or, you know, something. They can still draw 2 cards. It's crazy, this is not a control deck. They drew way more cards than we did. So now they scry and they can draw another card, knowing what they will scry. But we are fighting, and now our Hivepool engine is here. Yeah, feel free, just more cards. So, more bots, amazing, absolutely amazing. So let's go. This is our first Slivers, but because of authority, of course, it doesn't really work like this. Man, another land, wow. That's great. I still needed like 5 more. Come on, the flute is getting to like biblical terms at this point. Let's go for the Swamp Heist. We could get lost, get rid of Convocation, but we still need to survive the turn. How much damage is it? 3, 6, up to 9. So we could survive it maybe. You know what? We will give our opponent a card. They really seem to be enjoying those. And let's see what the best card is. Oh boy. I think it has to be Get Lost. So we will steal it. This is how I need to deal with enchantments, alright? We have answer in the deck, but we didn't draw it. Oh wait. Oh wait. I actually cannot live gain on this turn. That's a little bit on the rough side. So we can kill one of the creatures. We can kill this. Okay, let's see what they will do. Let's see what they will do. Oh boy. What a game. I'm not sure if we can make it, man. I think those lands were just a little bit too much. Like, we have tons of Cardo, we have sweepers, we have tons of removal, and we just didn't draw any of it. And this Convocation, I think, drew like 6 cards for them, so a little bit on the rough side. Like, it drew more than the tomes. And of course, even Authority is super good for them, because those 2 tokens would normally block like 2 creatures. Suddenly they have like 3 damage a turn, that means we don't need to do anything. But at least, if they use the mana, we can just answer, you know, the thing they used mana on. We could even get rid of Authority, and then we can get 4 Slivers on the next turn. So we have options. And they are going for the lethal, which is probably the best play. They will go to combat phase, probably. Alright, so this is a lot of damage. And there's not much I can do about it. Let's be honest. Like, this is literally a lethal. This would solve the problem on the last turns, but we were not good enough at Magic. So what can we do here? Nothing really. I can kill one of them and the rest kills me. And that's 6 damage. Don't draw lands, guys. It's a bad habit. Well, guys, you know the drill. First, we will have to survive, and we are pretty good at it. So Mono Black, as always, has a ton of removal, so early game usually is more or less safe for us, because we have so many answers. But let's see, it seems to be Dimir, which honestly I like, because we have so many cheap answers to their creatures. But we need to draw something that gets us ahead in the card. So far we just can trade 1 for 1, and nothing really more. Let's stab them. This is a good target. Trajectory is always a little bit tricky, but I think we can find a way to use it. I need Tomes, I need Avarice, I need my Hedrons, I need my Ugins. One of those things... Guys, that's a mono black hand if I've ever seen one. We actually don't even have lands, even though we play plenty of them. So we will try to kill every creature and try to buy time until our draw is a little bit more, you know, higher value, let's say. Be my guest. They should take the trajectory. They will see the hand anyway, so yeah, they took the right card. Now they know they shouldn't play a small creature on top of the bat, because we killed the bat and we used trajectory on the creature. Here, you know the drill. We just want to get the higher value stuff. And yep, the freeing gameplay of literally murdering every single small cool creature. So let's see, Duress. And our opponent kinda has a... Bro, you can see we are both just enjoying standard with full hand of removal. I think we go for interference. It will always hit something, especially that we are mana screwed. Like, we are nearly getting doubled by our opponent's mana. More removal. You can see that the Shuffler has something special for us in this game. They have no creatures, they have mostly removal, we have only removal, and we are rolling with it. They don't go for the Sanctuaries, as you can see. Sanctuaries will be a problem. Maybe we just use Shoot the Sheriff. I think that's the play. We'll keep Virtue for the Sanctuary. So, very weird game so far. We have 0 tomes, 0 stuff that we actually want, and we literally drew only 4 lands and the whole deck of removal. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. They cannot bounce their own creature with this, right? Turn target creature opponent controls. Do we kill it already? Seems like a decent idea, to be honest. Yeah, this will be a problem. I think we just need to deal with it while we can. We have some planeswalkers, but they're expensive. And of course, this can give them Kaito in case they top deck it, so they can Ninjutsu. Okay, this is exactly what I needed. And now we can start finally doing some progress in the game. Do we go for... We don't have removal. Let's stop. If we hit a land, we can already play it and stop being so behind. Okay, this is still a better card than, you know, what we were getting so far. They don't know about Virtue, that's why they are activating the Sanctuary. Man, do you have games like this where you literally draw every single card of the same type and you don't draw anything else? I have quite a lot of those sometimes. So this, what is the wording? Battlefield. So not Graveyard, not like Ketramos. And let's go for this. They can kill creature in response? Not really. That gives us a very good value. Man, this Virtue can be a win con later. And do we want more? We don't know. This could be a creature. I think we chill, because if that's like Curiosity, you really have to kill it. I felt it might be something like this. But this is not the end of the world. This is great trajectory target. So I think we take this 2 damage. And there's no way they will get a Kaito out from this, right? There's no way. There is no way it's Kaito. Like, this is just a single draw. Good. Alright. I for a moment I thought it's Kaito. That gives us super good situation, because finally we can draw cards and also start removing this very cheaply. And this was one of the cards we kinda wanted to get rid of, in a way. And now the board is clear, we are preparing for the big plays, and now Kaito doesn't matter because we already have the answer. So I don't even need to draw cards main phase, we can... And this is why, guys, we have the charm. Exile, not kill. Exile. Oh, this feels great. This feels exactly like Justice. We cannot draw the card, they can bounce the tome, but you know, they give us more cards in the future, so that's not amazing. This Into the Flutma will be important for them. So maybe we can Duress it or something. That would help us. We can draw a card. Yeah, I think we just go for the tome here. We could hit Hedron. If I play this, they just bounce it on the same turn. And then we replay it. Let's go. Let's go. I think it's worth it. Because they basically waste a card and they also need to give us a fish. And I like my fish. It's the best demon fish we'll ever get. So I think they will go for the plays. Like, they won't get better value than this. They don't want to, you know, bounce the tome even. Sure, here's my fish. You know, that will make sure that this kills them, or at least threat. Like, look at those eyes. Like, you already know you are going to scoop when you look at it. And they only have 1 card. So, what a draw. This is so fun. We both drew like this. And let the pressure start. It's not an outlaw, but it should be. It should be a demon outlaw in the type. So, let's start. They had the answer for it, but right now there is huge chance they don't. And they very likely cannot answer it, so we will start getting some slivers. Some juicy slivers. And even if now they get Kaito or, you know, some board, now they need to fight against this whole sliver board. And you see, they were scared. They know they cannot handle this fish. You can only chain it. It's... It's like Talrasha in Diablo. You can only chain it, you know? You cannot defeat it. Alright, I'll take the win. I'll take the wins along with this crazy build, and we will talk about 4 colors, about Colorless, and about the mono black part. And yes, I know, Tarasha was imprisoning the demon, that he was the good guy, right? I think I remember the story, before someone in the comments corrects me. But what about this deck? First, we not only have those colors, as I mentioned during the game, because you can, you know, basically bluff a little bit. White Verges allow you to play Seize and Desist, so you can go for the anti-roll animation with Seize, and you can also go for Desist in the longer games. Of course, it's not consistent, it's not the main game plan, but I already played this card just for the Exile effect, so the other side is basically free, and sometimes you will have a longer game when you get double Verges, and you can just play it and win the game against an artifact deck. With blue, you can activate the Reefs, and I think you can skip this one, but I wanted to go through all the way with this, because with this you can make sure that every reef gets activated during the game. You can use this reef to activate the other one, but the last reef cannot attack because you don't have other reefs to activate it. That's why one Watery Grave. So as you can see, everything in this deck is just tailor-made for this strategy. And we still are good enough at colors. By the way, where were my Avarices in the Land Flood game? I have 4 of them. 4 tomes, 4 Avarice, and double Ugin, and we still couldn't draw a single one. We have all the black mana, so as you can see, even despite playing all of this, we have basically all swamps in the deck. Every land is a swamp, so Charm and Avarice can be cast very easy on curve along the Heist. However, before we talk about it, I think the Reef is a little bit risky. It actually didn't matter too much, and you sometimes get a tap land, so maybe this could be switched into swamp depending on the way, because we have 3 different win cons: Hivepool, Ugin, and the Reef if everything goes wrong. And I guess the Virtue is also a win con because you can just play it as an enchantment and get creatures back from your opponent. And yes, you can use Archenemy's Charm to get the Ugins from the graveyard. So everything in this deck actually works. And yes, you can put 2 counters with lifelink on Slivers that have haste and double strike. So I believe one sliver will hit for 6 damage with lifelink instantly when it gets created. So that being said, the Hivepool probably was the weakest part. I thought this would be a little bit easier to win games with, but usually it's a little bit slow. This 6 mana feels slow. So I'm not going into Slivers because I checked all of them from the standard and they're just not good enough because they don't exist. That's good reason to not be great. You can only go for Changelings, which really have bad stat line, bad abilities. Like, you don't want to use this strategy. So it's better just to pay 6 mana and use it as a win con, but it's probably the weakest part. Maybe you can use Ashiok or more Ugins and Hedrons and just go into full Planeswalkers. Of course, Mono Black cannot answer some of the things like enchantments very well, so that's why we have Ugin. And if you want to play Ugin, the archive is nice. With Avarice, you can find one-offs every time you need them, and of course draw a ton of cards, and we have a little bit of everything, so we can disrupt their hands and go for every game plan. Not the most competitive Mono Black deck for sure, but I didn't want to play Annex. I actually removed Annex and Sanctuary specifically because I thought that you will get bored with them, and I thought we've seen Annex decks, so that's why we went with Avarice, the good old way to go about Mono Black and card advantage. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed, I hope it was fun, and I hope you got all the answers. And yes, you can literally switch all of those lands into basic swamps. It will be very close to the same, but if you have those wild cards, it actually makes a little bit more sense because you confuse your opponents and you potentially have some extra plays with white mana and cease and desist. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, helps the channel, and if you feel extra generous, you can check the Patreon, and thank you to everyone that did this to help the channel so we can continue make those cool videos and just go with the wildest decks ever. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for all the comments, guys. It really matters a lot to me that I can read what's on your mind. So thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow.